All right, let's dive in. Today, we're tackling a huge question for 2025. Is it finally time to cut the cord on your cable company for good? We're going to figure that out by digging into this ultimate guide to premium IPTV providers.
So the guide kicks things off with this statement right here, and wow, does it hit home. You know that feeling, right? You open your cable bill and, surprise, it's gone up again. This one sentence just perfectly nails the frustration that's making so many people rethink how they watch TV.
So, that really is the big question, isn't it? If the old way of doing things is just broken, and everybody's leaving, where are they all going? Well, this guide we're digging into, it points to one very clear answer.
Okay, so before we jump to the solution, the guide really wants us to understand the problem. It frames the end of cable not as some fad, but as a real, permanent shift, a move away from the model that's been in our living rooms for, well, decades.
And this is where it all comes together, right? These are the big pain points. We're talking sky-high costs, getting trapped in those long-term contracts, those sneaky hidden fees for the cable box, and, let's be honest, paying a fortune just to sit through endless commercials with not a lot to watch. This is exactly why the whole cord-cutting thing is happening.
Okay, enough complaining about the problem. Let's talk about the solution. The guide makes it super clear if cable is the past, then IPTV is what's next. So what exactly is IPTV?
You know, it sounds technical, but it's actually super simple. IPTV just stands for Internet Protocol Television. And the key difference is this. Instead of needing a satellite dish or some special cable running into your house, it just uses the internet you already pay for to stream all your channels. That's it. No weird hardware, no waiting for a technician to show up.
And here's how it works in practice, which is just ridiculously easy. You're in an app, you click on a channel you want to watch. That sends a little request to the provider's server, and boom, the server streams the video right back to you. Honestly, if you've ever used Netflix or YouTube, you already get it. It's that same idea, but for all your live TV channels. So, why the huge explosion in 2025? Why is IPTV suddenly dominating? Well, according to the guide, it all boils down to what they call the 4 pillars. These are 4 huge benefits that basically solve every single one of those frustrations we just talked about with cable.
Pillar number 1 is content. And yeah, this isn't even a fair fight. With cable, you might get, 150 channels? Here, you're looking at over 15,000. And sports fans, listen up. You go from dealing with annoying local blackouts to getting literally every single game. And that's not even counting the on-demand library, which is stacked with over 50,000 movies and series. It's a whole different world.
Okay, pillar number 2 is cost. And this is where things get really, really interesting. The guide says the average monthly cable bill is $120. Just keep that number in your head for a second.
Because the average IPTV bill, for all that insane amount of content we just saw, is about $15 a month. Yeah, the difference isn't just big, it's staggering.
And this chart just lays it out perfectly, doesn't it? The difference is just huge. The guide actually did the math. The average person saves over $1,000 a year by switching. I mean, think about what that is. That's a vacation, a new laptop, or just, a lot less stress in your monthly budget.
All right, so the idea is obviously a game changer. But you're probably thinking, there are a million of these services out there, which one is actually good? And that's a great question. The people behind this guide didn't just Google it. They say they stress-tested over 50 different providers to find the real deal, and they boiled it all down to 4 clear winners for 2025. So coming in at number 1, especially for folks in the US, is 4KIPTVUS.com. The guide points out that its servers are specifically optimized for North America, which is huge for cutting down on buffering. But the real knockout punch, especially for sports fans, is the true 4K sports streams. And get this, no blackout restrictions at all.
All right, number 2 is StabeIPTV.com. And yeah, the name kind of gives it away. If your biggest nightmare is that spinning, buffering wheel of death, this is the one for you. The guide loved its anti-freeze tech, which is a fancy way of saying if one stream gets laggy, it automatically switches you to a better one. It's all about making sure your show just works.
Now, if you're a movie lover or a total binge watcher, the guide says to look at PremiumOTT.com. Its superpower is its giant video-on-demand library. Apparently, they were blown away that its cinema section had movies that were still in theaters. And it's not some clunky menu, the whole thing looks and feels slick, kind of like using Disney Plus or Netflix.
And last but not least, for the power users, the people who want the absolute best to the best, there's Storuno.shop. This one's all about that premium experience. We're talking what the guide calls raw streams, which means uncompressed, top-tier video quality. And they apparently have crazy fast customer support, like getting back to you in under 15 minutes.
Okay, let's pull back and look at the big picture. This chart from the guide is awesome because it puts all 4 winners side by side. So whether you care most about sports, reliability, or a giant movie library, you can see at a glance which one is the right fit for you.
So, after all that, you might be thinking, okay, this sounds cool, but is it a huge pain to set up? The guide is really clear on this point. In 2025, getting started is actually super simple.
So let's get to the fun part. The final section of the guide is all about how to get this up and running. We're talking a quick step-by-step process that'll have you watching TV in just a few minutes.
And seriously, check out how easy this is. Step 1, you pick your provider, choose a plan. Step 2, they email you your login info. It's called Extreme Codes. Step 3, you download a player app on your Firestick or whatever device you use. Then you just pop in those codes they sent you, click Add User, and that's it. You're done. All the channels just load up.
Okay, and here is a super important pro tip straight from the guide. This will save you a big headache down the road. When you go to log in, you'll probably see 2 options, one for an M3U playlist and another for Extreme Codes. The guide says to always use the Extreme Codes login. Why? Well, it's faster and it automatically keeps your TV guide, the EPG, up to date.
So, let's just recap the final verdict from the guide one more time. It's super clear. For USA sports fans, it's 4KIP-TV US. For pure, rock-solid reliability, it's StabeIPTV. For the movie and TV show addicts, PremiumOTT is the winner. And for that top-shelf premium experience, you go with Storuno.
And that really brings us to the end of the guide's breakdown. It leaves us with one final, pretty powerful question to think about. For 2025, with the tech being this good, the content library being this huge, and the savings being this massive, the question isn't, does IPTV work anymore? The real question is, can your old cable company still justify its price?